Hello there. Hope you're doing well. So here we have another odd one out question. Odd one out question. So the direction for the question is there are five jumbled up sentences labeled one, two, three, four, and 5 related to a topic. They are given below. Four of them can be put together to form a coherent paragraph. Identify the odd sentence and key in the number of that sentence as your answer. Well, look at the sentences. The first option said, my experience is not an isolated case. Two, people often have sudden insights about themselves, but empathy seems to be a much more effective tool than reasoning for getting there. Three, when another person points out the flaws in your behavior, your first inclination might be to push back and make excuses for yourself. Fourth, this is the phenomenon known as rationalization, in which people shield themselves from taking criticism seriously by erecting a scaffolding of biased reasons against it. And fifth, this is exactly the kind of a reaction I had when talking to my friends about my anger issues. Right. Now, if you look at the sentence one, my experience is not an isolated case, introduces the speaker's personal experience. Personal experience, isn't it? Setting up for a broader discussion. Now, if we talk about sentence two, that talks about what? That talks about empathy and uh, insight, right? Empathy and insight, a general statement. It is a general statement, isn't it? Because it starts with people often have, right? General statement that doesn't directly connect with the personal narrative or rationalization. If we go for the sentence three, that addresses what? The defensive reaction to criticism leading into rationalization, right? Explaining you can say that, um, explaining the idea of the uh, another person points out the flaws in your behavior. Okay. So, and your first inclination might be to push back and make excuses for yourself. Okay. So, sentence four, which is a defining rationalization, explaining the reaction to criticism. And sentence five ties the concept of what? Ties the concept of rationalization back to the speaker's personal experience. Personal experience. Right. So, in that case, if I talk about sentence one, introduces the speaker's personal experience, suggesting that this experience is uh, not unique. So, sentence two discusses empathy and sudden insight, but doesn't uh, fit well with the personal experience or the concept of rationalization that the other sentence addresses. Sentence three describes a defensive reaction to criticism, leading into the concept of rationalization. Sentence 4 defines rationalization, which explains how people protect themselves from criticism. And sentence 5 that connects the concept of rationalization to the speaker's own experience, demonstrating how the demonstrating how the theory applies personally. So, out of this five, what we find out, sentence two, which is the odd one out, as it introduces a general idea, right? General idea about empathy and insight, which does not seamlessly fit into the narrative about personal experience, rationalization, and defensive reaction discussed in the other sentences. Hence, the answer should be option two, which is the odd one out here. Hope you understood this. That's all. Thank